My name's Jonathan. I started coming to Woodies about 2 years ago. I heard about Woodies from a guy that was freelancing at my work at the time, who turned out to be one of the leaders in the worship band. Yeah, the thing that really pulled me in to Woodies is the people that I met there. They were very different from people I met previously going to church. They're just really like me. They were kind of really creative people, and they had this thing that I didn't have, I guess, which was a lot of sense of inner peace. At the time, I was suffering from depression and anxiety, and I didn't really have that peace in my life, and I kind of it got me really curious about church, and I felt like I could really relate to it for the first time through the people. After going to church a couple more times, I decided I wanted to know more, and I heard about the Alpha course, and I thought, why not? I heard it was a really great place to go and really challenge faith and kind of just go, and I thought I had loads of really interesting, clever things that I could say to these people, but what actually happened was I kind of sat there and talked about God and faith, and I was really surprised in myself. I was saying stuff that I didn't even think I believed, to be honest. It was kind of strange. From the Alpha course, we got a book, a little pamphlet, and in the back there was a prayer. I can't remember exactly what it said, but it basically just said, read this prayer out and give your life to Jesus. So I thought, I'll give it a go. So read the prayer out at work in the loo, and nothing immediately happened. At that time, I started going to a pastorate, and I think the first kind of real experience I had personally was during worship. I really felt like the Spirit come on me, and it absolutely just messed me up. I was just kind of sat there the whole time, just like, I felt like, so completely just out of it, and I just felt euphoric, basically. I think becoming a Christian has really given me the capacity to love people. I think, it's really easy to hate somebody, and it's so hard to love. And I think, the biggest thing that has changed in my life is that capacity to love people, and even when they're not loving you and they're making things really hard for you, just to have that grace and have that patience, and just about to love them no matter what. I kind of just want more of that, really. I just kind of want more of that grace, and kind of just everyone that I meet, even if it's just, if I make one person, make a difference in that one person's life, then that is enough, I think, for me, personally.
My name's Sam. I grew up in a Christian family, so I've been going to church all my life, but for a long time, it wasn't really my faith, but my parents' faith, and I was just following them. And I was taught to believe in Jesus as everyone's taught to believe in Santa Claus. But as I grew up, instead of, like Santa Claus, reasoning that he therefore doesn't exist, I reasoned that God must exist. I wouldn't be able to say there was one particular moment that that God really struck me. I think it was a gradual process, and that's what almost put me off getting baptized for a long time. Because I thought, well, you hear all these testimonies that suddenly they get hit by the Holy Spirit and they turn to God and they get baptized. I was waiting for that moment for a long time, and it never really happened. And then I looked back on my life and how far I've come with Jesus, and just realized I've got to this stage where I want to follow Jesus for the rest of my life, and so I'm going to make this public announcement of it. The best thing about following Jesus is that I don't have to worry about anything. I know that God's got a plan for me, that He's got my whole life planned out ahead. I simply have to follow Him through it. And I fall, I make mistakes, I make tons of mistakes, but that's not the point, because He loves me so much that every time I make a mistake, He picks me up and He takes me back on the right path. And so I don't have to worry what exam results I get. I don't have to worry where I'm going or where I'm going to be in 20 years' time, because God's got that sorted. All I've got to worry about now is making sure that I follow Him. The statement I want to make by getting baptized to everyone is that I have come to this point where I want to follow Jesus the rest of my life. Whether they like it or not, so they better accept it. This is part of who I am, the biggest part of who I am. Jesus tells us that that we place our identity in Him, and so a follower of Jesus is what I am, even more than I am Sam Bartram.